This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I'm absolutely thrilled to be speaking with, dare I say, a Renaissance woman. She is a singer, songwriter, actor, performer, feminist activist, the one and only MUMU. Hello, MUMU. How are you?
Hey, Will. I'm great. I'm happy to be here with you.
MUMU, we had such a great off-camera chat where you wanted to interview me, but I didn't like that. So I'm really happy that will be over a glass of wine because you're in my neighborhood on the Upper West Side a lot. But let's dig in first into, you're a true New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorker. That's right.
Born and bred, raised on the Upper West Side. How do you feel growing up in New York has affected and inspired your art?
Honestly, like there's at least at some point every day, I'm like, how have I survived this long? Like this city's a little rough, especially post-pandemic. I love it. I'm loyal. New York forever, but also like it gets hard out here. I think growing up in New York, you grow up really early. You grow up like fast. You know, you're like taking the train at 9, getting to school. I felt so adult so early, but I think the ways that New York helped me as an artist was, you know, from the age of 6 years old, I was going to protests and marches and rallies, and my mom was really big in that scene, and so she, like my godmother, was a big organizer, and they'd put me at the front of the march, and I think that really lit a fire in me early on to use your voice, and then also just New York is full of such strange creatures. And I'm talking about humans here. I'm not talking about the rats. The rats are kind of normal. They're like, you know, it's just another rat. There he is. But like the humans are so diverse and eclectic and ambitious and kind of fucked up sometimes, but in a beautiful human way. And I feel really lucky to have been exposed to so many different types of people growing up here. And you know, I feel really, really lucky for that, because I know a lot of people come to New York from the middle of fucking nowhere and they're like, whoa, this is the world. This is what humans are. And it's like, I'm so happy that I was always able to connect with so many different types of people with so many different beliefs and things that they care about.
Absolutely. Look at MUMU. I totally agree. Being a born and bred New Yorker, I feel so blessed as well. It's inspired my art, first as a performer, now as a director, and just as a human. I think to be able, like you said, to be exposed to maybe adult things outside of New York that might be adult, but just human things, the human condition at such a young age. It makes me think, and doesn't surprise me for you, MUMU, how you've been able to, in such a short period of time, traverse all of the different mediums that is within our business of show. Talk to me a little bit about your beginnings of theater, and then when you decided, or was it always a part of you to, in addition to being a part of the theater, to be a creator as well as a songwriter?
Yeah, that's a great topic that I've thought a lot about. I grew up in this city and always loved to sing and was writing songs from a really young age, but I wasn't sharing them. It felt sort of like a journal, a diary, so it was private. And then, but I wanted to sing, you know, I didn't necessarily want to tell the stories that I told in my songs personally, but I wanted to sing. And at some point on that road, I ended up on a stage, and then ended up in a show, like a professional show in New York when I was a teenager, and then got an acting agent from that. And next thing you know, I'm like acting in movies and television and on Broadway. And I sort of rolled with it, you know, like I grew up, I never really had a plan. Everything felt really chaotic. And I was like, I just need to survive. I need to survive and rollerblade and like try to laugh as much as possible.
Wait,
and
that's a great memoir title.
Yeah.
I just wanted to survive and rollerblade by MUMU. Can we workshop that?
Yes, that's definitely our first collab of many. That's
Sorry I interrupted. Keep going.
So yeah, I ended up just sort of falling into the acting industry, and was grateful for the, you know, honestly, mostly the money. Like it pays well when you get a job, but there's a couple things in the culture of acting that are really difficult for me. One is to wait to have permission to be creative. you know, you need other people for that, and you need a job, and there needs to be a budget, and and then the other thing was like, when you get that job, you don't get to choose the story that you're telling. And so I was investing so much time and energy into being some drug dealer's girlfriend on a TV show for an episode. Like that's not the story that I really care about. And I was writing all these songs. I had a mentor, and she was actually terminally ill. And when she was terminally ill, she decided it was time to just lay it out straight for me. She's like, I'm sorry, but I'm about to die, so I'm not wasting any time. I'm be very frank. If you write songs, it's your responsibility to share them with the world. And you know, when somebody gives you good advice, you might take it or leave it, but when someone that you love who's dying gives you good advice, you fucking take it. So
well, thank goodness you took it, because not only do you have a bunch of concerts planned for this summer, you're going to be in Paris in July, here in the great city of New York at Rockwood on June the 17th, but also you talk to me a bit about working on the Hulu show Best Summer Ever. How did that all come about?
Oh, this old thing?
Oh my God, stop it. We are so on the same page, I can't even.
Wow, we're synced. By the way, June 17th is now tomorrow night, because I got a Pride event that I have to.
Oh my God. So this is all great, and why this is going to be posted today now, so
Perfect.
that people can enjoy the incredible MUMU at the Rockwood Music Hall.
June 4th.
June the 4th. What time is that? Saturday, June 4th?
I'm on at 10, and I'm at the end of like an excellent lineup, and it's a free show at Rockwood Stage 1. So if you're around, definitely come through. Would love to meet you.
It's a beautiful venue. I will be in Connecticut with my little nephew, but I wish I were there. But everyone, if you're in New York, please check out MUMU at Rockwood Music Hall, Stage 1, tomorrow, Saturday, June the 4th. So you're going to be in Paris in July still, correct?
Yes, I'm going to be in Paris in July. I'm going to play some shows over there. So if anyone is interested in that, let me know.
We have some beautiful Parisian artists on board this amazing app. And
oh, really?
Go into Best Summer Ever.
Best Summer Ever is a movie that is now streaming on Hulu. It's an original musical feature film, 8 original songs. I'm the head songwriter on the soundtrack. And I also play the evil cheerleader in the movie. It's the first SAG-AFTRA feature film to ever exist that has more than half the cast and crew as people with disabilities. And how I got involved is a long, beautiful story, but it's like through that process, I have made some of the best friends and collaborators I could ever dream of. The person who plays like sort of with me as my as the evil jock, Jake Waltuck, he has autism, and he's like an incredible visual artist and actor, and an amazing singing voice. We're going to see a show together tonight, for example. And yeah, so it's a great movie. If that sounds any part of that interesting to anyone, it's a fun musical, and it's an important film that exists now.
Well, it hits home for me because my husband, what he does, he's a senior director at a major nonprofit for individuals living with autism. And part of my mission as a director is to be as inclusive always as possible. And I love the fact that I've been able to work with, you know, individuals with any sort of, what the world might say, disability. But, you know, for me, it's almost a superpower. And I'm sure you've learned that with working with Jake and many of the humans on Best Summer Ever.
Yeah, it definitely, recording the soundtrack with so many diverse voices was such an incredible experience, because you know, when you're writing songs, it's just you. For me, it's just me on a little guitar somewhere being moody. And then suddenly all of these unique humans are coming into the studio and singing. And next thing you know, it's just like the album is colored in this way that I could not have come up with. There's no way that I could have manifested that inside myself. It was the collective, and it was the inclusion that makes the album so special. And the movie, it's just like, and some of the things that I learned in the process was like, for example, if a character has a disability, like their plot line doesn't need to be around the fact that they have a disability. There's a lot more to a person than how they walk or how they roll or how they think. It's so, and there's also like some great romance in this movie, and there's a lot of firsts that this movie accomplished in our industry. So I'm really proud of it. And as a director, if you ever need some creatives to collaborate with in the disabilities community, please let me know, because
Oh, Mumu, I'm taking notes, right? Like, you have no idea. We're going to be having a conversation the minute I stop recording. This is what I
Can't
love
wait.
about this platform as well. It's connected me with over 2,500 artists all over the world in a very short span. But Mumu, before I let you
Amazing.
go, I want to let everyone know, please, everyone, check out Best Summer Ever on Hulu. Check her out on Saturday, June the 4th, tomorrow, downtown at the Rockwood Music Hall, Stage 1. She will be in Paris in July. And on top of that, Mumu, thank goodness there's a light out there in the world like you, who doesn't take their superpower for granted, in that you are able to parlay in whatever medium you're a part of a sense of urgency that's deliberate, intentional, but also full of love. And it's very rare in this industry. And I'm very much looking forward to working with you.
Oh, same here, Will. I'm so glad that it was you on this.
Oh my God, God bless. And I'm so glad it was you.
Oh.